London is situated in the southeast of England in the Thames Valley. Home to over 8 million people, the capital of the UK has been an important financial, educational and cultural centre for hundreds of years. Of the many gifts England has given to the world, none has been greater than her language and literature. And if ever there's a city that reads like an epic saga, it's London. The story of London began in the Bronze Age, but it didn't really get going until the Romans withdrew in the 5th century. Growing into one of the great medieval trading cities, she truly came of age in the 11th century, when William the Conqueror built the Tower of London, which was to become one of England's grimmest prisons. London is very easy to navigate around, and is compact enough to explore on foot. This world city is filled with iconic symbols, and one of the most easily recognizable is Tower Bridge, an impressive reminder of London's rapid expansion during the Industrial Revolution. Just upriver,
Tokyo, the capital of Japan, is situated in the Kanto region on the main island of Honshu. Tokyo's greater metropolitan area has a population of over 35 million, making it one of the largest and most exciting megacities on the planet. Rocked by earthquakes and scorched by war, this centuries-old city has refused to kneel. Just like the sun, Tokyo has continued to rise, blending the old with the new, and the new with tomorrow. Tokyo is a spectacular matrix of villages, towns, and cities, strung together by a subway and train system that never rests. Just like the Japanese pop culture monster Godzilla, Tokyo's size and energy can intimidate first-time visitors. Yet despite the neon, noise, and sheer volume of people, Tokyo's soul beats with a heart of Zen. Tradition, ritual, and respect are the hallmarks of Japanese society. This is a place that cherishes its children, reveres its elderly, and treats visitors like honored guests. Tokyo is a city of multiple personalities. Whenever you pop up from the subway, it can feel as if you've arrived in an entirely different city. Dubai was not much more than a tiny trading port on the banks of Dubai Creek. But in less than a single generation, the city has become a destination once relegated to the imaginings of science fiction writers. A place that defies its extreme environment and redefines everything we think we know about cities. Despite appearances, however, the foundations of this glittering citadel are not built on sand, but on thousands of years of Arabic culture and tradition.
Los Angeles is situated in Southern California on the west coast of the USA. Home to 18 million people, Los Angeles is a collection of distinct cities that rolls out from the dry Santa Monica Mountains to the Pacific Ocean. LA's sunshine, her entertainment industry, and her openness to newcomers and new ideas has made the city a magnet to dreamers. Many of those whose dreams become reality, like Walt Disney and John Paul Getty, poured their wealth back into the city, helping make LA one of the great culture capitals of the world. Downtown Los Angeles is a center of global business and home to some of the finest examples of American civic architecture. It's also the birthplace of the city. Wander down Olvera Street, one of the oldest surviving areas in LA, to experience the colors and tastes of Old Mexico. Just across the road from Olvera Street is Union Station, one of the world's great railway stations. You'll be forgiven if you experience a sense of déjà vu here. Union Station has been featured in almost 30 big-budget movies, including Pearl Harbor and Blade Runner.
New York is situated in the northeast region of the United States of America. Over 8 million people call the Big Apple home, and the city attracts up to 50 million visitors a year. Ever since the colonists arrived in 1624, New York has been continuously shaped by the waves of immigrants drawn here by the promise of hope and liberty. Every newcomer arrived with a cultural suitcase that contributed to the sounds, tastes, and textures of New York. But it is their dreams which built the city, a city like no other. New York touches not only the heavens with its mythic skyline, its influence radiates to every corner of the globe. Every street corner, it seems, is familiar through documentary, movie, and song. New York's straightforward grid system makes it an easy city to explore by foot, taxi, or on its subway, which, just like the city, never sleeps. In Manhattan's Midtown, you'll find many of the Big Apple's most iconic symbols. The Art Deco designed Empire State Building is one of the most impressive and endearing skyscrapers ever created. The skyline may have grown up around it, but the view from the
Paris is situated in northern France on the banks of the River Seine. With a population of over 12 million people, the French capital is at the heart of the Île-de-France region. Paris earned her name the City of Light during the Age of Enlightenment, when many visionary ideas were born. It is a light that has remained undimmed and which now attracts 42 million visitors a year, making Paris the most visited city in all the world. Paris is a city easily explored by metro, taxi, and bicycle, but her charms are best found on foot. Her attractions are never far apart, and in between, well, merely walking her streets is to wander through picture postcards. The engine room of Paris is La Défense. This modern business district, filled with light and art, is testimony that Paris is designed for living, even when at work. From the futuristic Grand Arche at La Défense, the 6-mile-long historic axis of Paris leads us back into France's grand past. The Arc de Triomphe, built by Napoleon, rises from the center of Place Charles de Gaulle and offers commanding views of the 12 grand avenues which radiate outwards like a star. From the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Élysées continues along the historic axis. This grand avenue is where Parisians come to dine, shop, enjoy the theater, and to celebrate life.